blaming God for it, or you're not really understanding and you're grieving really, really, really bad, I need you to go read Isaiah 57, 1 and 2, or read the whole thing, but definitely verses 1 and 2. So on my journey, God allowed me to start hearing people and paying attention to what people were saying and why they don't believe in Him, just by having certain conversations and being the solution. Like, there's a reason and there's an answer for everything. We just have to search for it. And God was allowing me, like, there was this millionaire that I was on Zoom with, and I was listening. And even though they, like, there was a reason for that phone call, I wasn't hearing anything else but what he was struggling with, watching his pain and seeing why he is the way that he is, like, nasty towards people. Because, like, I'm like, God, I don't want to deal with this. Like, if this is what millionaires are like, I don't want nothing, and I don't want no parts of this, because, like, there was a point, like, he almost had me go off on him, and God was just like, people are hurting. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter. Like, people are people, and this world look at people as, an opportunity to benefit them, but there are people that are really hurting inside because of situations that they're dealing with, and it's hard trying to believe in a God where they're not taught, where they're growing up. And this is where God started showing me and teaching me. This is like between 2023 and 2024, and that's when God would start bringing, like, Catholic, like, and what backgrounds not to study, and, like, God was just doing a lot, like, on my journey. But it was mostly paying attention. Pay attention, like, because as God is making you a leader, you got to hear the hurt. You got to hear the pain. You got to hear people of what they're saying but not really saying. And God was, like, giving me answers. Like, I was paying attention and looking at it. I'm like, God, take me to this. Like, God, show me. Like, why do you have me, like, paying attention to this? And God started showing me, like, God will use you to be an answer for somebody else. So if you're dealing with grief, if you're dealing with anything, don't become wicked, because, like, we don't understand. You got to give God you, instead of you taking out the pain on everybody else around you, making everybody else's life miserable because you're not happy, because you don't understand. And then him being born in the Catholic background, and he was like, there were just things that was said, and God was bringing things to me, like, that's not really, like, they don't represent God with. From the people that I've talked to that God had me run into and just hear them out, and then give them my experience, and them seeing a difference. Like, yeah, we weren't taught that. Like, it's either you like, God's not forceful. They're forcing God. You can't do this, you can't do that. If you do this, you're going to hell. And I'm like, that's not my father. Like, my father is not like that at all. Like, I'm glad I wasn't raised in church. I'm glad, like, in so many ways, my path is the path that God had it for me, because it gave me the opportunity to give God a try. And if you're going through anything, like, please don't turn away from God. I don't care what people do. God and people are not the same. And when people have a heart of God, it doesn't matter if they don't understand, if they don't know, because God even allowed me, like, people are going to make mistakes. We're going to make mistakes becoming who God wants us to become. We're going to make mistakes, like, in everything. Like, I'm going to fail people. People are going to fail me, but you know who's not going to fail? God. So when God is within you, you're able to hold yourself accountable. You're able to say, I'm sorry. You're able to come back and say, you know what, listen, I didn't understand it. Maybe I took this wrong. Like, there are things that you will see in the children of God that, like, we are humble enough. We're not arrogant. We're not boastful. And when we do boast, we boasting about God. Like, man, listen, y'all ain't see what God did. Like we want to help people truly. And there's a breaking point that we have within ourselves of where, listen, I'm not taking this. Like God done healed me from this. I don't have to sit up here and take this because you're broken. I don't have to put you down. I don't have to add more hurt unto you. But listen, I'd rather hurt you by leaving than me adding more pain to what you're already going through. People are already suffering. So why would I have more suffering to you when God's going to get on me for that when I know better? There are people that I don't know better. So therefore, like, the people that are hurting and gritting due to death and you don't understand, please go to Isaiah 57. Read 1 and 2. And let God talk to you. Let God minister you. Let God comfort you. Because there are things that you are holding on to that needs to be released. Like, God's okay with you feeling how you feel, but don't stay there because the enemy is going to use that and make you wicked and make you, arrogant, make you stay in a situation that, like, you don't need to be there longer. Grieve, but don't stay grieving. Live. Start speaking. I'm going to, represent my family member well, especially if they were good people. And I'm just going to read it. It says, good people pass away. The godly often die before their time, but no one seems to care or wonder why. No one seems to understand that God is protecting them from the evil to come. For those who follow godly paths will rest in peace when they die. So that's the answer. No one's asking why, but it's saying the answer is God is protecting them from the evil to come. You don't know what could happen way worse to them that would really have you out of your feelings, or you really crashing out. So therefore, like, allow God to work the way he needs to, but get close to God. So when tragic things happen, like, you're so close to God, like, God, heal me, heal my heart, because God, I don't understand. Be honest with God, not people. Be honest with God. I haven't personally dealt with death, and people call me crazy or I'm not normal, because if my parents died, I wouldn't feel anything. So I would never know what that experience is, because I'm not attached to them. And God, like, brought them, like, I'm not, like, this is why we gotta stop listening to people. People's calling me crazy or, well, you're not right. No, I'm not attached to my family at all. Nobody in my family. So if they die, it's, for me, it's the same thing it'll be for, it'll be the same thing for a stranger. Like, I'm sorry for your condolence. I don't know how that is. Like, that's their family. That's not my family. My family is my children. Then they happen to my children or anybody that I, like, get close to, here on after, that would be different. But I haven't experienced death. I don't know how that is, so I have no words. The only comfort that I got is, hey, listen, we could pray together. I will be somebody that can sit in silence with you. Listen, just, like, hear you out and try to get you the best answers as possible. Like, I don't know everything. I don't know. I just know where God will lead me. I know that God will heal your heart. I know that pain, don't let it consume you, because, like, it'll keep you in a place of depression for so long. Like, it'll take you far from God. It'll have you thinking thoughts that aren't God and that aren't godly. Have you doing things like going to alcohol, like, you losing you. And God don't want that. God don't want you losing you. So therefore, like, if you're dealing with any hurt, any pain, any tragedy with dealing with death, like, and you don't understand, please go to Isaiah 57:1 and 2.